In a small Jewish village nestled in the hills of Eastern Europe, there lived a revered rabbi named Isaac. He was known throughout the region for his wisdom, kindness, and unwavering devotion to the teachings of the Torah. The villagers sought his counsel on matters of both the spirit and the heart, and he never failed to offer insight and guidance. One brisk autumn evening, as the villagers gathered in the synagogue, a young man named David entered with a troubled expression. He approached Rabbi Isaac with a heavy heart, seeking his counsel. "Rabbi," David began, "I have a great burden on my shoulders. I'm envious of my neighbor's success. He has a thriving farm, while my own struggles persist." Rabbi Isaac, with a knowing smile, led David to a window overlooking the village. The village, bathed in the warm hues of the setting sun, was an enchanting sight. "Do you see the field over there?" Rabbi Isaac asked. David nodded. "Imagine if you had that field," the rabbi continued. "You'd want the next field, and then the one after that. Envy, my son, is an endless cycle. It can consume your heart and soul." David pondered the rabbi's words and slowly nodded in understanding. Months passed, and the young man found himself standing before Rabbi Isaac once again. This time, his concern was different. "Rabbi," he said, "I'm troubled by a deep sadness. My mother has fallen ill, and I fear her time is short." Rabbi Isaac's eyes softened, and he led David to a bookshelf filled with ancient scrolls. He pulled out a parchment and said, "This is a prayer for healing. It is said to have great power. Take it, my son, and recite it with a pure heart for your mother." David followed the rabbi's advice and recited the prayer daily for his ailing mother. Miraculously, she began to regain her strength and health. Filled with gratitude, David returned to Rabbi Isaac to express his thanks. The wise rabbi responded, "The true miracle, David, lies not in this parchment, but in the love and faith that you carried within your heart. You, through your actions, summoned the strength for your mother's recovery." As the years went by, David continued to seek guidance from Rabbi Isaac. Whether he faced adversity or prosperity, the rabbi's wisdom provided him with solace and direction. Through each encounter, he discovered not only the answers to his questions, but also the importance of faith, kindness, and gratitude. One day, Rabbi Isaac called David to his side and said, "My dear David, I've shared with you the wisdom of our tradition. It is now your turn to share it with others. The light of knowledge and love must never be extinguished." With those words, Rabbi Isaac passed on his sacred teachings to David, who in turn became a beacon of wisdom and compassion in the village. The legacy of Rabbi Isaac continued to flourish through David and the generations that followed. The villagers, enriched by the rabbi's wisdom, learned that true wealth lay not in possessions, but in the heart's contentment. They understood that faith could move mountains and kindness could heal wounds. And so, in the heart of that humble Jewish village, the wisdom of Rabbi Isaac endured, reminding all who followed in his footsteps that the light of knowledge, love, and faith would forever illuminate their path.